Hey, what's going on guys? Kurosama here. So today we're taking a look at a little bit of an obscure model kit, that being the HG Gundam Phenex 03 Destroy Mode Type RC version Gundam Front Tokyo. That is a lot. So this is actually a pretty awesome model kit because it came, well, the origin of the suit came from a short called From the Past to the Future, where it actually battled the G Self. So a really cool kind of cross generation because this, I think, unicorn is far in the past to what actual G Self, the G Reco anime takes place. Now I can't exactly remember the date that this actually released or the short. I believe it was sometime in 2015 because I actually was in Tokyo and I got to see the short when I was visiting my fiance. So yeah, it was actually pretty nice to see this on an actual screen. You can still see it on YouTube, and I'll go ahead and link down the description below if you want to check out a nice 60 frames per second. It's a short, it's 9 minutes, so you can go ahead and check that out now, or you can check it out after the review. Now even the box is somewhat of like a relic in a way. It's a decade old at this point, and it has the Gundam Front Tokyo logo right here on the front. So it's actually pretty amazing that this is something that I really try to aim for in my collection. I like to get these Gundam Front Tokyo kits because I want a shelf that's just dedicated to the old Gundam Front Tokyo when the RX-78 was there before it got replaced by the Unicorn. So yeah, it's just kind of one of those little gimmick things I like to do in my collection. Now it kind of goes without saying that the Phenex is essentially the same as the Unicorn, except for this time it comes with the ARM DE shield, so it's going to have a different adapter that connects these two shields to the backpack, and it is going to have the little V-fin. And I believe in 2015 we did not have a Phenex high grade at the time, so I'm pretty sure that this was the first molding of the Unicorn Phenex, because Phenex really wasn't a thing until I think a little bit much later. Definitely before narrative, but a little bit after this. So it was really cool to see this get a kit, and it actually does have a silver plating version, which I'm pretty sure it goes over 10,000 yen at this point. So even with the current USD conversion rate, it is a crazy ask for a high grade that is just plated. I do kind of want it, but I will only get it if it goes to like 7,000 yen or less. And that one I pretty much would not be painting. I would just cut it out and then put it on the shelf. Now when you're aiming for a Unicorn kit in a 1/144 scale, the high grade is actually still good. I've built about 5 high grade Unicorn kits between the standard, I built the Banshees, and I built a bunch of Phenexes. So this is probably my second or third Phenex I've built, and honestly I still really enjoy it. I think it's amazing. The narrative one, the gold is beautiful. I really do enjoy that gold, the plating gold. But for this, it's just a metallic injection that's somewhat silver. I don't exactly like it, so I'm going to be disassembling this, and I will be painting this pretty much right after this review goes up. Now because one of the runners is actually a duplicate runner, I believe it's runner F, you are going to get an extra V-fin and an extra backpack adapter. So I recommend holding on to those if you really want to maybe build another Phenex and you want to kind of just, mess around with getting some extra DE armor like binders, and you already have the V-fin, so you can get a standard Unicorn kit, switch out the V-fin, and you get 2 of the shields, put it on the backpack, bam, you got a Phenex without paying any kind of crazy prices for a plated version or any kind of metallic injection versions. But there's also the Gundam base version that you can just paint it as is because it's all completely bland. It's clear cycle frame, and it's clear, or not clear, but it's all white armor. Now it's also going to come with an extra shield, but I generally don't need an extra shield, so I'm going to put it into the collection of other shields I've pretty much collected for about 15 years. Now for the articulation, it does a pretty good enough job. The head is going to be on a ball joint. The shoulders can move up and down, which is really nice. The body itself isn't really going to have much of a swivel. It can, but it's not going to have an ab crunch pretty much whatsoever. The skirts can move up and down. The biggest offender is probably going to be the hips, which is going to be on ball joints. Unfortunate, but look, I don't need my kit doing the splits unless like you're the Mac knife. Yeah, I don't really need that in my collection. Now the elbows and knees can bend about 90 degrees, and the feet and ankles can actually move quite a bit. Now for armaments, you are going to get 2 of the ARM DE shields, but you only get 1 shield adapter if you want to put them on the arms. Otherwise, they are going to be on the back. You can do them on like a deployed kind of state with an extra stand, but that's going to be on you. I kind of prefer just to be on the back. You get 4 beam sabers, 2 in the back and then 2 on the forearms. Unfortunately, this kit does not come with any beam sabers. And it is going to have the beam magnum with an extra clip on the back. Now for stickers, you are going to get just the color correcting stickers for the head, as well as the 2 little Vulcans on the shoulders. And then you're going to get these nice decal stickers that is kind of an anomaly in 2015. You don't really get these type of stickers for like decals with a high grade of this caliber, but because of the short actually had the mobile suit, you know, decaled up in red, it's going to come with this nice little decal sticker. I think it's pretty harmless to put it on there, and there are ways to really get that excess kind of like trim to blend in a little bit more with the armor. Takes a little bit of like skill, so not too much skill, but you basically can use a toothpick or maybe like a cotton swab, and you basically really press it down, and then you can go ahead and utilize just some top coat, spray it over, and it should form a little bit more into the plastic and blend in a little bit better. So to summarize this kit, honestly, it's really good. I think there are a lot of shortcomings that's going to be with this kit. For one, it's limited, so there's not a lot in circulation. It's discontinued. 2, the price to obtain it is probably a lot higher now than when I obtained it a few years ago. I think I maybe paid like 2,800 yen. I can only imagine it going up since then. 3 is going to be the articulation, which is pretty much just going to be in the hips, maybe in the arms and legs, but for the most part, I think the articulation is actually really good. And honestly, that's pretty much it for the negatives. For all the positives, I mean, you're getting a nice Phenex that is not plated, so you don't need to go through the extra work of like getting rid of all that plate and, you know, scrubbing it off and then painting it if you want to paint this kit. The price, I think, is still relatively good for a Phenex kit. This is probably one of the cheaper ones that you could possibly get, because a lot of the retail ones just aren't really in circulation right now. They haven't been reprinted for a minute, and they pretty much all been. And it also comes with decals, which is pretty cool. So if you're like an out-of-box builder, you're still gonna get a really good piece just out of the box if you're gonna put those decals on it. So honestly, I think that's really good, and probably one of the best ways to have a Phenex, so that you get like the decals and everything you really want, and the kit itself doesn't look bad. Now, is this a cop it or drop it? Honestly, I think it's really up to you. Personally, this is a cop it if the price is right and it's available. It's really hard to get sometimes, but if you go to Yahoo auctions, you're probably gonna see an abundant amount of them. It's just, if you're living outside Japan, that's where the problem comes in. So yeah, I'd say cop it, but there's a little bit of a caveat behind that. So that's all from me, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on this kit? Do you have it already? If you don't have it, hey, let me know if you're gonna be picking this up, and if you're not, let me know why. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next Gundam review. Bye-bye.